Hello, AVA fans and prodigies. So today we got the big announcement from Rob here on the Discord. AVA dog tag is being shut down already. Says here game servers will close May 29th. They have some times for you here. You guys have already seen this. If you haven't, sorry to break it to you like this, but it's fucking gone. They're shutting it down again. So why did AVA dog tag fail? Why did it fail? There was not enough innovation in AVA dog tag, unfortunately, for a new name strapped onto an old name, AVA dog tag. The name sucked already. That's my own opinion. Fuck it, right? So no innovation. They did not have the money to port it into a new engine like UE4. They did not have the time, I'm guessing, either. They're kind of a small team, I suppose. So no money, no people, trying to make a quick buck and relaunch a game based on nostalgia only. Unfortunately, that did not work out for them. I don't think they saw the numbers of players that they wanted to during the open beta. Maybe the closed beta had some promise. You know, they only gave out a certain number of keys, and they probably ran out of keys, maybe. You know, I don't know. But open beta fell off very quickly. People stopped playing at an alarming rate. Every day, hundreds fewer people on the peak number on Steam charts. Just ridiculous decline. Why did that number decline so much? I don't think it was so much about the lack of innovation, because they really just made the game feel a little different. It looked mostly the same, but it felt a little different. Movement speed, movement direction with the diagonal sprinting and all. Some new things there. All the guns were completely different, not in name or model, but instead in their parameters. So they all felt different and strange and more accessible, I will admit. But accessibility is not what is going to capture the old nostalgic AVA player from way back in the day. The new version of the match channel, I don't remember what they were calling it, but no one was playing on it on the North American server as far as I could tell. And there were complaints in the Discord here about that issue as well. Just no one was playing. I think the channel worked. There just wasn't anyone doing it because the game is so new. And people aren't ready for that yet, I guess. They're not interested in serious play in an open beta of a game they used to play, but is now completely different as far as gunplay and things go. Although, I mean, it's a lot easier than it was, so I get you there. It's more accessible. You just pick it up and go with it now. It's more arcade-ish. I don't think old AVA players wanted that. So the new match channel was kind of empty. The clan system was already broken when they released it in open beta. Plenty of complaints about that. I mean, there was a day when there had been 50 complaints in a row in the Discord about the clan system not working. Why doesn't my clan work? You know, sorry. I mean, that they should have held off on that feature probably until maybe a full release. But I'm sure people bitched and begged for it, so they put it out there. Here you go, guys. Please don't leave. Here's the feature you wanted to go ahead and get into. So that may have been on the community a little bit, pushing too hard for things that aren't ready. The alteration of some of the maps, like Cold Case, was the one I bitched about mostly. They took a closed warehouse style map that was called Cold Case. You know, it was called Cold Case because it's a play on words, right? You're in a cold warehouse, like a freezer warehouse. And that made sense. So they made it open air, so it's no longer Cold Case. That doesn't make sense anymore for the map. So little things like that just don't quite click. They kind of show a rush, a lack of creativity, money, and time. And those bleed through on, oh, hey, let's make some new TDM maps. Just kidding, there are no new maps. All they did was make TDM available in some of the demo maps, such as Cannon. And Cannon was a good pick for it. It is a 3-lane map with connectors. And all of the demo maps are like that, 3 and 4 lane maps with connectors in between. And they work fine. Most of them are too big, and they chose the right one to make into a TDM. However, it's really fucking cheesy the way they did it. Okay? On the bomb sites, they have these big Need for Speed arrow walls. Like, we're not playing Need for Speed. You don't have to block that off. I guess, you know, they're trying to keep it just a straight 3-lane map without the bomb sites, because the bomb sites kind of, you know, people would be camping in there. I get it. It makes sense to block those off to keep the flow going. It just looked really cheesy and cheap and rushed, and so that's it for AVA. Red Duck is not going to try to bring this back again. It's now failed too many times, and they're out of money. They could no longer try to self-publish a game that's going to continue to fail in the North American and European markets. So say goodbye to AVA, and if you're looking for some other Korean-style FPS games to play, we've got Black Squad, and I think that's about it. That's all I'm expecting. I don't play it. I didn't like it very much. But hey, if you're into Black Squad, keep on playing Black Squad. Do your thing. Otherwise, the games that I'm going to point you to are, first, if you're looking for something to support early in development, this is Ember, based on Firefall, which was another failed game, unfortunately. Firefall was one of my favorite games, my favorite free-to-plays ever. I loved it. So I started supporting Ember here, spelled EM-8ER. It's kind of the same game, just it's going to be different. That you can see they're building all new models and stuff, but I think it's kind of based on the same gameplay mechanics. So that's something, if you're into Firefall, check out Ember. It's very early on, so don't expect a beta anytime soon. Just something to kind of watch in development. You can help it in development this early as well, so that's really cool. The next one would be Squad. Definitely check out Squad. It's built in UE4. It looks pretty good, maxed out. It runs pretty well. There's a really hard-working team behind it. That is such a key element for me, and they have more money than Red Duck does. Not by a whole lot, but they have quite a bit more. And they're building an incredible game. So definitely go check out Squad. And it's kind of a mill sim, but it's not hardcore Arma. It's kind of between Battlefield and Arma. It's actually the spiritual successor to Battlefield 2 Project Reality, if you ever played that or heard of it. That was a really cool little mod that some people made back in the day. And so now, it's kind of the new version of that. It's really good, really fun to play, engaging. The games can take a while, and you do have to seed servers to get them going sometimes, but I've never felt like it wasn't worth the wait. Postscriptum is kind of the same as Squad, but Postscriptum is it's basically the World War II version of Squad. Some of the mechanics are different, but all the same stuff is in the game. And, you get a cool World War II feel. And, here's a cool thing about Postscriptum that I really love. They based the maps on actual maps of the countryside of Europe during that time period. They got actual maps and built their game like that. I think it's even a 1-to-1 ratio. I think it's built like that. So that's very cool. It's authentic. It feels good when you play it. These are games that are very heavily squad-based, objective-based. It's not really a skill-based game. So if you're into, I just want to get the most kills and whatever, don't play these games. They're going to kick you out. So all that being said, goodbye AVA yet again. You never really made it back, but hey, it is what it is, and we're all going to move on and find other things to play. So good luck, everybody, in your search for new games to play. And that's it, man. We're done. It's over.